Hello and welcome back to News Tower. I'm your host, longtime listener. Be sure to drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment below. It is December of 1931, and we are sitting on a pretty substantial stash of money. And we talked about it at the end of last episode. Our plan for this episode is to add 2 more floors and do basically a massive renovation. There's going to be a lot of stuff that changes. Things are going to move. We'll do some different things with bathrooms to try and make things more efficient. One thing that I was thinking is that we should probably have a bathroom on every floor. Just a little one with like bathroom, sink, and that's it. That way, nobody has to leave their floor to go to the bathroom. We should have a water cooler on every floor for now. We also want to move security down to the first floor so that when the mobsters show up, security's already there instead of having to come down a couple flights of stairs just to get to where they can stop the mobsters. We might even install a second security guard if I have space for it with everything else that I want to put down here. And then I'm trying to think of what else. Oh, elevators. So I believe we unlocked. Is it right here? Yeah, we unlocked elevators. So I need to figure out how we're going to use these. We probably won't have an elevator go to every floor. We'll use it to get people like moving long distances that we want to be able to move pretty far. Like, so for example, from the first floor, I would probably want an elevator that comes up to somewhere near printing so that my dude that's getting paper can come down here, just get to the elevator, zip up to the floor where they're going to put it into the printer or into storage, and it will save them a bunch of time. So that's kind of what I'm thinking in general. But again, this is going to look a whole lot different whenever I get done with this. And since it's going to be such a massive undertaking, I'm going to do all of it off screen and then come back, and it'll be like we may waved a magic wand and presto changeo, we have a 6th-floor building that's laid out completely differently than what we see right now. So sit tight and we'll be right back. Okay, so we are back, and as you can see, we spent pretty much every dollar we had to make this renovation at least functional for the time being. So just a quick explanation of what all we have going on here. First of all, on pretty much every floor, we've got a bathroom. I don't have one on this floor where the printer is, and we did move our workbench here, and it took a lot of fans and vents and noise, acoustic panels or whatever to try and get it to where this guy is in a comfort zone. And you can see that green there. We just barely accomplished that. But basically, anytime he goes to fix anything, he's going to have to walk through this hot, noisy zone. It's probably not ideal that we have it that way, and I could move him up here if this becomes a problem. So we'll keep an eye on that. There is unused space on this floor and this floor, as you can see, and even a little bit here, but we will be expanding into those zones as we continue to scale. So we're kind of trying to leave a little bit of space so that the next time we renovate, I don't have to move quite as much around. Now you can see here that we added this generator. It does generate some heat, but it also is giving us a lot of power capacity to handle this expansion. So on the first floor, I should say, we have our typesetting. I had to hire one more. There's 2 of them around here somewhere. Because like, if I didn't have anybody on the desk, it would show me the little icon saying I need to hire somebody. But like there, we have whoever, so Bart. So if I go to staff, and we go to reporters, I hired a new reporter, this Brenda Smith. This is a temporary thing, just until we find somebody that's got a better trait. but I wanted somebody that didn't have politics or entertainment because we already have 4 of those covered up there. But we now have 8 reporters, which is awesome. For our utility, you can see we have a security guard, and I actually need to hire... Wait, I have a lawyer. There they are. I already hired them. So we have a security guard that we moved down here to the main level, first level. But that's where all of our typesetting and our security is. And an elevator that goes up to the 5th floor, which is going to be convenient for our resupply guy to be able to zip down, get stuff, get here, and zip back up to where he's at least close to the printer. He'll probably, I'm hoping that he's smart enough to go straight up here on the elevator and then down the steps 1 floor instead of up 3 sets of stairs. Anyway, that's the 1st floor. 2nd floor, we added a lawyer, and we moved our assembly. So all of our print assembly is now on the 2nd floor. Nothing else noteworthy there except we consolidated, we shrunk down to a single bathroom on the 2nd floor where we had a double, and now we've got singles on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, and 6th floors, as you can see. 3rd floor is our reporters and our sweeper and washer. I kind of wanted them somewhere central because they might need to go anywhere. I don't really like all the decorations the way this is, but it just looks super duper cluttered, but it's effective because it's giving us boosts. So as we get deeper into the game, I'll probably scale some of that back. Wait. What are you good at? Society. I need to give you a globe. I don't think I have any. I don't have... Well, I can put another... There was somewhere... Well, anyway, I don't have anywhere that I can put... Well, I don't have any money to put a globe out there for her, but not a huge deal. Alright, so that's our 3rd floor. Reporters, sweeping, and washing. 4th floor is printing and our workbench, so he's not going to have to go far to repair this stuff. It is unfortunate that he's going to have to go down a floor to get to a bathroom or food and water, but we're going to just deal with that for now. I think it probably does make sense to move him up here and put a bathroom on this floor as well as a water cooler, but for now we're going to let it go. 5th floor is just our generator and our supply station. So storage cabinet and our resupply guy. And then on the 5th floor we have our telegraphers. And I did add 1 more telegrapher as well. So when we look at production, whole lot going on here. I mean, a whole lot. So lots of telegraphy. 1, 2, 3, 4. Didn't I add a 5th? 5 of them up there. Why is it only showing me 4 on the staff board? Oh, because I had to scroll up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we have a lawyer. We got 4 typesetters, 4 assembly. So a ton of new additions to the team. Ultimately, we now can take on more stories and print a 4th page. So we're going to be more profitable, is the bottom line. Now, we are hurting for money right this minute, but we do have a small order of coal coming. We have some paper coming, I don't know how much, and we do have a small order of food coming to just kind of stock the water coolers, and I'll probably help my resupply guy with this particular batch just because I can. And really the only discomfort that we're dealing with is this room where we shouldn't have to have anybody going very frequently, and then the printer, which, like I said, I'm not real crazy about the workbench guy is. We're probably going to just move him right up here. Because if I put him here and he needs to come all the way down here, he can just take the elevator. Let's go ahead and just do that. This just makes way more sense. Now, I still probably want this in here somewhere to mitigate noise going through the floors. I can't really tell if that's yellow or green by him. It looks green, but barely. So we'll bring him a clock, and we'll put it like right there, and it kind of gets him, and actually right there, it gets both of those desks. In fact, yeah. We'll do it right like that. Now, I need a trash can up here. I'm going to grab one from there, and we'll put it right at the doorway. I didn't have enough trash cans to put them at every desk, and I ran out of money, and I don't want to take a loan if I don't have to. So we'll just kind of try and space out the garbage cans that we do have so that everyone at least has one relatively close to them. So I think we're good. Now we can look at what do we need this week? We need to print 2 hopeful stories and no unrest. And then we need to get a bunch of scoops. So no unrest, 2 hopeful. I am not super concerned about this one. This would just be bonus. I do want to try and get all of these. So let's go ahead and unpause. We have 70,000 subscribers, y'all. Okay, so there's a big delivery of paper. Let's look and see where do I need to put some. We need some for the lawyer. Some for our new telegrapher. Some for this new bathroom. Some for this new bathroom. We will put the rest into our printer for now. I don't think we're going to go over 400,000 pages sold. So now we should have, like, is there more paper coming? That looks like our coal delivery there. And we have stories about to come in. A bunch of them. So that one's still a little ways off. We'll just give it a minute. Somebody already went to go to the bathroom. Who is it? Joseph. Come on, man. Alright, so the first live opera broadcast. There is a hopeful tag here, so since we could probably get this relatively quickly, it's basically 2 legs, although it's 3 pieces, but I can do these 2 at the same time. We'll go ahead and go for this one, and we will do Henrietta here, hoping to unlock some of this stuff. Didn't work, but she'll get cracking on that one. No scoops here, but there is a new object. I don't want that. So we're going to go for it. I'm going to put Earl the Pearl on that piece. And then we need another society reporter. Let's send Lillian, I guess. Alright, so that one will be done. And now another society piece. No scoops, no nothing good here, so we're going to skip that one. And then let's see how much. Okay, we didn't get a whole lot of coal, but I have no idea how much the generator burns through. But we're going to go ahead and put all of this in there for now. And then there should be a food delivery coming, as well as another paper delivery. Here's our other story. Another society piece. Still no scoops. It is another hopeful piece, though, so I'm going to go for this just so we can get potentially this one, as long as we avoid unrest the rest of the way. I'm going to send Brenda and then Peter, because Peter will have a chance to avoid the police fine, and he'll put a quality tag on that second story. So Brenda, go there. There should be another story coming in shortly. So, okay, so here, okay, we got food. We'll put some into the new water cooler, and then we'll bring the rest up to storage. There's another story. Lots going on in New York. Another society piece. Although, there's no scoops here, and I don't need another hopeful one. So I am going to pass on this. We've got too much going on with our current society reporters. I think we need to start looking for scoops. Because there's one that's a gold scoop, which is probably going to take us a fair amount of time to get all the way through that story. So I should be getting 2 more leads here very soon. And then we didn't get a whole lot more paper, but we'll go ahead. Actually, we'll let our dude bring that one up. Okay, so what did we get? A Christmas wreath. It's 150 bucks. I can't even do it, but I think, didn't I already have one? Maybe that was in my last, like before the reboot. But I don't have the money for a wreath anyway. All right, so now we have. Okay, so here's one of the, actually 2 of the scoops we need. There is a risk of a spy here. We will send Harriet, hoping to avoid the spy. And then I still don't know what diplomatic route trait is in news. I'm really not quite clear on that, but hopefully we find out sooner rather than later. And come on! Dang it. So that means some of our stories are going to be compromised, I believe. Which isn't good. Basically, it's like negative tags. So you lose like 1,000 sales for every one of those tags. Another story in New York. It's a crime piece. That is another tag. So the insider, because this one, yeah, is stats and economy. We'll have insider, which will leave us needing politics and exclusive. So we're off to a pretty good start. Wait, no, not that one. I need this one. So crime, and then I think we'll try and save Myrtle for the second portion of this story, and we might stop it there. We'll see. It'll probably depend if I need anybody. You know what? So, looking at this, Harriet would be done and ready to go take on this piece. So I'm going to send Myrtle, who will get through this one. Oh, 13 hours, 14 hours. No, we're just going to send Tatiana. All right. So we are working on 5 stories right now. So there's really not a whole lot I can do other than just wait. Somebody's dropping off a story here. And wait, what do we have? Oh, that's the wreath. So see there, it's basically like a clock, except it's a different decoration and it's 6 times as expensive. We don't have the luxury of doing stuff like that right now. What was I gonna do? I think we can just kind of wait. Okay, we did finish a story, so nothing I can do there. I can start on this one, and I want to send Peter. Come on, no fine. Okay, we did good. We got away with it. So he'll add the quality tag there. That'll be our second hopeful story. We're almost ready to go after this one. And who are we going to send here? I guess we'll send Myrtle here. Wait, who do I have? Yeah, I got to send Myrtle here, Earl there. It's going to take a while, and that's not the greatest story, so I kind of regret investing that much time in that story. That's that one, and it'll be done. That's done. This one, we still have a long way to go. And this one, we need to just finish here and send somebody there. So we should have another story lead coming in here before long. But we still got a lot of work to do, although it's only Tuesday. So another story in New York. 1 tag sports story? Absolutely not. I have no use for stories like that most of the time. We still got 9 more stories coming. We need to print 12 different stories. So the fact that we only have like 5 in the works, we got to be pretty efficient the rest of the way. So we want to go this way, and we'll do Brenda. Even though she's slow, she's my least valuable asset right now anyway. We'll just have her on that, and she'll finish that story for us. Okay. Another lead coming in. Prime, but not one that has any tags that I need. So we got to pass on this, and then pretty much we got to start taking dang near every story that comes in the rest of the way. So, come on, get this thing fixed already. Yeah. So we'll go. Oh no, I need somebody to be available to get after this. Harriet. You can get lucky and avoid outrage. That would be great. Come on. Yeah. All right. So that worked out. Another entertainment. There's the exclusive that we need. So we definitely want to go after this one. Come on, unlock it. Heck yeah. And Earl will be available very soon to go after that. That'll give us a head start on that scoop. Come on, Earl. All right. Earl's going after that. And we've got 5 more stories still in the works. So that's a big story right there. We still need the politics scoop. That one's done, right? Yeah. That'll be done in 13 hours. We'll need to send somebody back out here, and we'll need to do a bribe, which means I need to get a loan. Actually, let me double check that. Is that the one with the golden scoop? Yeah, we definitely want that story. So I'm going to take a $1,000 loan here so that we can get that story. But I think it's worth it. All right, so that was those 2. Now we've got 6 hours before I don't think we're going to send anybody to finish that piece. I think we're going to stop that story right there and move on, because it's already Wednesday, and we still need a bunch of stories. Society. There's my economy scoop. I definitely want that. We're going to send Lillian. All right, another lead coming in here. Sports. It's got a lie. It's got some gossip. I just need to get some stories going here, so we'll send Tatiana on that one. All right. I think we can zing through a little bit here. This is the one I'm going to go ahead and stop there. I don't need to spend another day and a half on that one. Although, do I want... It'd be a pretty solid story. We'll do it. Why not? We'll have it in time. I think we'll be okay. We've got such a big staff. We're too big to fail, right? Alright. So that one, 8 hours. That one's almost done. That one's 7 hours and it'll be done. This one is done. 4 hours and we'll need to send somebody back out. We should have another lead coming in, but somebody's going to the bathroom again. Come on, guys. It's Thursday. We gotta buckle down and get this stuff ready before the weekend. Okay, lots going on. Wow. Yeah, let's send Henrietta. Why not? We need to do the bribe here. Forgot about that. Yeah. All right. So it cost me $275. And Peter will do that. And does it add the quality tag, or does it have to be the second piece of it, not third? I wish there was a way that you could influence the bribe. You know, like say you'll pay them, but then not. Like there's a chance that it's free, and they just give it to you as a favor. Single tag society story. How many stories do we have? This one's old. Yeah. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, I would have to take all 4 of the remaining stories. I'm going to take this one just in case one of the stories that comes in between now and the end of the week has unrest, and we want to avoid it. So we'll send Earl to knock that one out real fast. All right, what's going on? That one's done. Done. And when I say done, I mean I'm not going to have to do anything else other than wait. Same thing there. This one's going to be like a little bit under the gun for us to get printed in time. Here comes another story, right? Economy and unrest. See, this is the one that I wanted to avoid. So I'm glad I did that. If I have to avoid another one, I'll have to print the old news just to have enough stories. But did he just have a story almost done and then get up to go to get a drink? I'm pretty sure that just happened. So we got to be super quick now. Sports. Let's send Lillian in case I need Tatiana to like speed up research on a story. Yeah, dude, you were like partway through getting me a scoop and you freaking take a break. Earl can get that one done real fast. So we should have all of our stories back by the end of the day Friday. So then it's just a matter of getting them all ready. And I think we can do that. We got 4 typesetters, 4 assembly folks. Oh yeah, we got this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Oh, we didn't get that last society one. It's okay though. We should have enough here to, I mean, even if I have to print the old news, it'll be alright. So this one is a gold tag, but this one's 2 silvers and 3 other tags. Even though it's compromised, I'm pretty sure that's my best story. So that's 95,600. Although that moves me into that territory. We want to stay in the center. We'll figure this out. I think this is my best story, is the bottom line. So what do I have for crime, gruesome, adventurous? A whole lot of nothing there. How about the one with the door? This could be a good one to tag. Boom. We're moving farther to the right here. So that's a problem. And then what else? Do I have any other combos I can throw on this page? I'm not seeing any. Society, I guess we can do like that one. Although we'd get a negative tag for being compromised. I don't know if there's a whole lot of ways for me to avoid that. We'll just do that for now. If I can bring it back to the left here with a good story. I need something that pushes to the left. This one here. And then my 3rd page and 4th page headlines would also ideally push things to the left. So we'll see what we got. So economy, statistics, alarming. Oh, man. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. Man, there's a lot to juggle when you have this many stories now. Okay, so how about society and alarming? Although if that pushes left, I might want it for... It doesn't matter. I have 3 stories remaining. This one would have a negative tag, so I probably don't want it to be the headline. So I'm going to put it here. I get it. I get a positive tag even though, or the positive combo even though I have the compromise tag there. All right, so moving on, we need another left-leaning story here. Let's go with this guy, I guess. Okay, and now we're back to the middle, which is where we want to be here. So I really wish this one was ready. I'd put it right there and I'd have a combo. We're gonna go sports to round out this page. And then the last page, as long as we don't push it one direction or the other, we're good. So we'll put that one there. Boom and boom. So we ended up staying here right in the middle, so we'll get this training credit. And then 272,000 sales is pretty darn good. We'll make 8,000 bucks. And somehow we are. Oh, I was like, how did we already gain money? We didn't. We just borrowed it. Remember? Yeah. So that I think is ready to roll. There's probably a way that I could have done that, you know, like marginally better, but it's fine. Let's just make sure we accomplished all of our goals. We got that, and we got that. That one will be ready for next week. Let's do it. All right. Mad Dog Cole is, what did it say? Quitted? Committed? All right. So we'll finally be back on some financially stable footing, you know, for the time being. So I should probably just go ahead and pay off my loan. We'll do that. That'll save us money. So 5,000 more subscribers. Took down Montville. We're moving up on the mayor's, you know, good fortunes list, so that's cool. We stayed right there. New readers' interest. So we got a coordinator trait that we can train, and it was a gold one, so that I think is going to be very useful. So no like possible rewards this upcoming month, but not a whole lot to avoid, so I think that will be manageable. And we're now spending over 3,000 per month in expenses because of our... Whoa, did you see our money? I'll show you that in a second. So 4 people leveled up. $5,555. Pretty cool. A lot of 5s. Hang on, I got a text message. Actually, I got 3 text messages. Okay, sorry. Let's see here. So there is no Navy thing for this week. Guys, compromise everything. Get out of my sight for now. All right, so we'll look at and see what the mayor wants. 2 bribes. He wants us to perform 2 bribes. I think we can do that. We'll gain 4 influence with it. Now, where do we... St. Paul's School. Perception inverter. I kind of want to be looking for stuff. Where was it? Graphics we maybe want to start getting into. We already have paper discounts. Chief of Police. Where was it? Ad agency. We maybe need to like work our way up this direction a little bit. So we're gonna go for the Bronx Zoo. So we need some scoops. Let's get after it here. All right, so it is January of our 3rd year, 1932. I want to come in here. How do I pay back my loan? Where is... I thought that there was a thing over here that I could just click and pay it back. Like this. If I go like... Okay, pay back loan. So let's do that. You know, it's $1,000 bucks. but it'll save me $150 a month over the course of, you know, the repayment, so that's worth it. That was an expensive way to get that story last week, but I feel okay with the way we handled that. All right, so we need 2 bribes and 4 scoops this week. If we look at, so we went through, like, I think it started with 10, and then I put 50 in. Is that right? Going through 70 coal a week? Yikes. So we'll order, you know what, we're just going to order a large delivery. There's going to be a lot of stuff get delivered here. We're going to get another order. We'll get a medium delivery of food. And then we do want paper. I'm going to go ahead and get a large order of that. So we still have $1,795. We need to perform 2 bribes. That'll be enough for that. We do have training that at some point we're going to want to send somebody on. It says, immediately unlocks the next story file within the news. Once this reporter is assigned, it can't be undone. So it's like Henrietta, where you have the chance, except it does it every single time. That's a big one. I just need to decide who to give that to. And I'm thinking somebody like, let's give it to Myrtle. It'll give her a second, you know, perk. I don't know that I want to do this yet, because how long will this take? It doesn't tell me. So let's do this. Let's save, like we should do anyway. And then let's put Myrtle on this. Oh my goodness. So we'd be without her for a week. We might as well just do it. Now, it's going to be really tough for us to get through this week without Myrtle. She does crime, entertainment, and society. I almost wonder if I shouldn't just hire another reporter. We're going to do that. We're going to just hire another reporter. So I've got... The one challenge I have is I don't have a real good spot for them yet, but it's only $100 for the desk. I'm going to just put it right here. And then let's go and see who's available. And let's actually kind of look at all these. So for utility... No. Stop. So... none of those are super impressive. Not bothered by anything, and you're a lawyer. Who's our current? Unaffected by darkness. Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. So let's fire Frederick. And then let's hire Sylvia. A little bit more expensive, but I kind of like that she's not bothered by anything. Anyway. So, reporters. Let's just get, like... probably going to bring on one of these two. And I don't know that it matters which one, except Edward, in terms of, like, the categories they cover, it's kind of a guess. But Edward has the best skill, and they both have this same trait, so we'll bring Edward on just for this week to try and help us get through. Is there any... No. I didn't want to do that. So I need to go back to the... I threw away the desk, which I think means he gets fired. I was trying to go to my stash, and instead I put the desk in the stash. When you do that, it fires that reporter. So you don't want to do that. Like, if you're renovating, don't stash reporters' desks. Don't stash any of those desks. Okay. Man, time was running there. So, there's our coal delivery. We'll deal with that in a minute. So we wanted to go in here, and I need to build a reporter's desk right there. We're going to hire Edward, and then I want to go to my stash, because I think... No, he doesn't do sports. Never mind. But I'm not going to buy him anything because I'm probably going to fire him after this week anyway. I don't know. We'll see. What else was it that I did? Didn't I hired Sylvia. Yeah. So, Frederick, you fired. Sylvia, welcome to the team. And now I think we're ready to go. So we've got stories rolling in. We've got coal rolling in. So 130 is where we are. We need to remember that so that we kind of know how much we're burning through each week. But I feel like, I mean, see, it already went down one. We got a bunch of stories here. This one doesn't really do us any good. It's 2 legs. It's only 2 tags. It pushes influence to the left. Let's pass on that one. Here's a scoop. So we definitely want to go after this one. We're going to put Tatiana on one of these. And we'll put, I guess, Peter on the last leg. So we'll save him and put Harriet right there. Now, sports. Not a great story. 2 tags. One of them is silver, though. So why don't we use Lillian, I guess. Early in the week, I don't want to get, like, too conservative. Okay, so this is another sports story, but we got to do this and then come back for the other stuff. I wish I had somebody that had a good chance of avoiding this spy, but I don't. So I just got to send somebody and hope we get lucky. There's probably going to be a spy or 2 here. Oh no! 2 spies. That's bad. That's really bad. Oh boy. That is just not good. Bottom line. Go away. Alright, so do I need any... No. So we're gonna... You know what? I'm gonna let my transport guy do that. I'm gonna use my own skills to move paper up here. Because I don't even think we have enough with what they just delivered anyway. Looks like there's some more coming. No, I don't want coal. I want paper. Boom. Is there any more paper? No. Alright, 2 more stories coming. There should be more paper coming from the looks of things, so we'll keep an eye on that. Another economy story. I don't want to send anybody on this. They're all out, and I need Peter to finish that other story, so that's that. We got more paper coming. How much? How much? Probably not much, I bet. Oh, it is. That's a fair amount. No, I need that to go away. Alright, so we'll put this up to 800 again, and then I think that's good. So we have spies, and I don't know that there's a way for us to undo that, so that kind of stinks. But we've got to deal with it now. Another economy story, or politics, I mean, and no scoops, which is super frustrating. We still have 15 more stories coming. I'm passing on this one. And another economy story, and again, no scoops. There is a crime twist to it. Witness snatched, found under bridge. That's kind of juicy. Why don't we send Brenda to report on that? We'll get a crime story in the mix. But we need some scoops, y'all. There's only 1 so far. that's not ideal. Alright, so I still need somebody to come back to be able to go do that one. Alright, so now, who did I say? Peter. This should get the quality tag, right? It doesn't. So maybe, like, you put one down, and then he's got to be the next one that you use, so we just learned that the hard way. So I'm just waiting for somebody to get back to be able to send them out on that piece. Same thing there. We got another crime story. I need 2 bribes. So we've got to go after this. We're going to send Edward. And I'll go ahead and take care of the bribe while we're at it. Only 80 bucks. That's not bad at all. Oh, and it already unlocks it? So we'll send Myrtle out on that one. Why not? Alright, do we have anybody back here yet? Yeah, Tatiana can go finish that. Lillian can go finish that one. So that'll be 2 of our scoops and 1 of our bribes. So we're making some progress. Okay, so that one will be done. 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 And that one will be done. So we can just start to zip forward here. Another story coming in here in just a second. Crime. Another bribe. So we're going to go ahead and send Harriet because she's available. I can't do the bribing until this one's done. So maybe the one that we did there, which one was it? This one? Maybe Edward did unlock this, but we had to bribe them first to be able to get to that. I'll bet you that's how that worked out. That's kind of interesting. Ooh, what is that? So Edward wants more prestige in this room. So what if I, how about I move this up here? Does that make you happy, Edward? Was it Edward complaining about that, or was it Earl? I don't know. Doesn't matter. There's going to be a bunch of stories about to drop in here. And we already have like 6 going, and this one's not even old news. So we can be pretty conservative here. Like that one doesn't really do us much good, so we'll pass on that. All right, this one now we need to do the bribe. 100 bucks, got it, and we will send. Ooh, that's gonna take a while. We'll send Brenda. All right, so that one will be done. We got a bunch of stories about to drop in here. There's another one of our tags. So we want somebody who can do economy. We will send. We'll send Henrietta. Should be some more coming here. Our supply guy is actually doing a pretty good job of, bringing stuff into the building. Yeah, 120. So it's already gone through 10. So it is going through a fair amount of coal. I don't know if I want to do this one. We'll send Edward. Get another crime story going. Lots of. We'll pass on that one. Here's our other scoop. Perfect. Why don't we send Earl? Get him better at entertainment. Alright. That's a bunch of stories already cooking. We got 8 more. We should have another one coming, but somebody's taking a break, naturally. Yeah, so we have all of our scoops. We have done our 2 bribes. So we just need to print the scoops. Ooh. Olympic Winter Games are in our own backyard. Lake Placid will become a beacon of international sporting achievements next month, and who better to promote this than us? The unifying power of the Olympic spirit is something our readers could really use in these trying times. Head for the mountains, publisher. Okay. Yikes. It's 4 legs, and we only have 3 sports reporters. Thankfully, 2 of them are already available, and Tatiana will speed things up for everybody. So as soon as Henrietta comes back, we'll drop her on one. Lillian will be done. Put her on the other. We got this. So sports is going to be the big hot topic, and we already have 2 other sports stories, so that's good. Yeah, we've got 5 stories cooking. That one's going to be done. That one's going to be done. That one's going to be done. So we kind of just need to wait for Lillian and Henrietta to get back here. We'll pop them on these. Another sports story out west. We'll go... I can put Henrietta and Lillian back on those others. No, you know what? I'll send Tatiana to finish. How do I want to do this? I kind of want Tatiana on the other stuff. So we're going to do this. You go do that. I know it's only 1 leg, but since it's the hot topic, there's some benefit to it. So Lillian can go back out there. Then when Tatiana gets back, we're going to skip that story. I need Tatiana. And now, look at that. Since it now only takes her half the time, she's basically just done. She just like, gotta fast forward to the end of the story. There's another sports piece, so we'll try and jump on that. We'll skip this single tag economy story. I'm going to have a bunch to work with. How many stories are left? 3. I'm going to skip on this one as well, hoping we get something better. Crime with a little bit of chance of, you know, a police fine, but Myrtle should be able to get around that. We'll send Harriet. I don't know that it matters. We did get a $200 fine. Well, can our lawyer get us out of that? I need somebody available to send here. Lillian, you go do that. We're running out of time. Earl can get that story real quick. And then Brenda... No, we'll send Edward. So that's the last of our reporting. That will be done. That's done. That's done. That's done. And that's done. So just start fast forwarding. Sports is the hot topic. I get it. It's still midday Friday. I'm pretty sure we're going to nail this. Oh, yeah. We got all day Sunday to finish up the stories, and we've done it. This could be a good paper. There's not a lot of really good stories in terms of like tags or whatever, but I think we've got a lot that we can combo. We need to just avoid the middle or the far right. So let's go with this gold tag. It's our only gold tag story. I need to make sure I print all the ones with scoops. So that's crime and alarming. Why don't we do another crime and crime? Sure, why not? Okay, next page. Let's go down the road of sports. I think this is our best sports story. That. Give me this one. We get a negative tag, but we also get a positive tag combo in the silver category, which is real nice. Another sports story. How about this one? We'll get gossip and sports. So that's a good second page. Next page. We're going to do politics for the headline because it's the best story we have left. Let's see. Inspiring, fame, insider. Here's inspiring. Or not inspiring. What is that? Triumphant. I only have one more sports story that's 2 tags, and it gives me the combo, so we'll do that. And I guess maybe we round things out on that page with another sports story. Last page. I need to get these scoops in here. All I have is 2 tag bronze stories. This one's got the risky tag, and I don't know. Let's see if that matters. I need something that moves us off of this guy. So if I put that there, 261.5. If I put one without that, who's it? Like this one. Oh, it's the same. So I don't think that even matters at all. So what is up with that? So all of these are essentially equal except for these ones that have the quality tag. So we're going to do... okay, yeah, that one will move us to the left. This one combos everything. Skadoosh. And then I need this... No, I can't do that. I need to print the 2 with the scoops. So 2 scoops, get in here. And now we have everything done there. We have everything done there. And we're selling almost 300,000 papers. That'll do the trick. Tenements sold. Families forced out. Developer tied to shell company. Not sure what that's tied to. But all in all, pitcher trade, talk swirls. Breaking rumors, shake baseball. What else is new? There you go. Got the Winter Olympics. The first a woman elected to the Senate. That's a big story. First American woman to receive the Nobel Peace Prize, Jane Addams. There you go. First full Technicolor animated cartoon. All right. So I think we're good to print. Everything is in position here. We've got all of our combos that we need or whatever. We got all of these scoops. Side quests are taken care of, and we're making big money. That is a record sales for us. So next time we have an increase there, we should go over 300,000, which will be a nice little benchmark. 4,000 more subscribers for taking down the Monopoly Man here. Stick that in your pipe and smoke it. Alright, so that was goodness for the mayor. We need a general to give us a mission here. Okay, next week. Yikes, lots going on. We have to go way far right or 1, 2, 3 spots to the left or more. This is probably the direction we'll try to go, so we want stories that lean left next week. But that is going to have to wait until next episode because we're done with this week. So Earl, my senior, is getting better at entertainment. That's cool. So okay, here we go. Ooh, Chief of Police, what do you want here, dude? I can make them have print crime the most. Bombshell. This becomes next week's hot topic. I don't think I want to do that. Alright. Don't print any economy. There's no penalty if I don't do that, so we'll try that. The problem is I want to move everything to the left, and I'll bet you economy will be good at that, so we might not want to do that one either. We can get this one on the very front page. We'll try that, because if it's one that I can use like that that also moves us to the left, it'll be real nice. So now let's go... What does Coney Island get us? A file holder? Kind of just helps with like our workshop folks. I don't know that we need to be worried about that so much. Union office is only with the Mafia. Photo Academy? Why don't we go out this way, I guess. This will unlock a lot here if I get Hempstead done, so we're going to try that. So 5 scoops plus the exclusive as our headline is what we're kind of going for in the next episode. But that is going to do it for this episode. We're sitting here about $6,000. We are burning through 30 coal per week, which isn't terrible. So we don't really need to order any because we've got enough for 3 months. Plus we have some already sitting here in storage. We've got some extra food in storage. We're going to obviously always be getting more paper because we burn through it like crazy because we're selling a ton. But what is going on here? I'm feeling uncomfortable. Well, why? Where is old Christina? I don't see you. It's pointing. Oh, is this her way down here? Is this her? Is she in the stairwell or something? She's in the stairwell. I can't see her because she's going. There she is. So what's your deal? Condition. Oh, she's just hungry or something. No, comfort. Why are you not happy right now? What's your job? She's the sweeper. So she might have just been somewhere that wasn't super pleasant. So it's fine. She'll be okay. But anyway, that is going to do it for this episode. If you have not done so already, please be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, comment below, and we will see y'all next time.